Hi everybody, how you doing today? Well, this is kind of going to be a short video, but it's going to be about my mission for 2024, finding the hidden feathers deep inside the Panasonic fz300, and also my continuing journey of my spiritual awakening. Yes, with the holidays being now would be a good time to help somebody feel like family. Reach out, give somebody a hand, even a hug, and just tell them everything will be okay. That's a new mission for me in 2024. Is finding a more positive path in the year to come. So, in the Panasonic fz300, we are going to talk about auto bracketing. But the auto bracketing will be for like the automatic side, not the manual auto bracketing where you just take those pictures and put it in your computer. This is going to be in camera. We'll talk about that, and then we're going to talk about eye dynamic range. Now, this is something I think that what it does, it actually brings more of the darker parts of your picture, your dark contrasty side of your picture, more into the light, so you can get more resolution, more dynamic range out of it. Anyway, I keep mine in standard, and there is a low, a standard, and a high, or you can turn it off, whichever you want to do. And we'll get into that. Then we're going to get into eye resolution. Now I leave mine in extended, and there is a low, an extended, low, medium, and high. And you can try all those, and we're going to try them and see if it makes a difference. See, I don't know if that works for optical or the intelligence zone. I think it works for both. But that's where I run mine at. And then we're going to talk about auto diffraction compensation. Now this is just an auto mode, but I think what it does is when you start to get closer to that f8 in your aperture, this comes into to help you out, because we know that auto diffraction will make your photos soft in some areas. So how it all works, I don't know, but I am contacting Panasonic, and hopefully I'll be talking to a tech so that I can figure out how all this stuff really truly works. Because even in the directions, it just gives you a basic knowledge of what it kind of does. And even then, it doesn't say what it does. So I want to go deep into the heartbeat of this camera, and hopefully a Panasonic tech that will help us with some of these descriptions of what's in the camera, because this camera is awful full, and some people it could be overwhelming, and I don't want it to be overwhelming. So I'm going to try to explain it in the most simplest and easiest way so you can understand. Then we're going to talk about auto diffraction compensation. Yeah, this is something. Oh, I just did that. Now we're going to talk about focus peaking. And focus peaking will be in the manual mode, manual focus. And inside this focus peaking, you have high and low. When you're focusing manually on a particular part of your whatever you're shooting at, you can actually get the photo to sharpen right in that area with this focus peaking. I use blue, but there's blue, green, red, yellow. I think that's it. Blue, green, red, and yellow. Yeah, those 4 colors. And you can use any of them. I keep it in high so I can actually see it, because they got a low and a high. Don't really know. I just use the high. And I am going to do manual focusing this year. I truly have let the camera do the focusing for me. But I'm going to try some of this on when I do my insects, and see if I can get a little better area sharpening on these insects while I'm taking pictures. Anyway, we're going to continue on with the zebra pattern, which is really, truly, truly important. This determines whether you blow your highlights out or not. And I'll be getting into this more in what my settings are and which ones I use what for. Because like a highlight on a leaf is different than a highlight on a branch, especially a white branch. So we'll be getting into some of this zebra pattern or this highlight feature, and also the custom set memory. It has C1, C2, and C3, and these are custom memory sets. And there's a knob on your camera on the right side that'll take you to this custom memory set. And you know, sometimes when you get your camera and you just figured out, oh man, I got it all set up, this is the way I really like it. And I'll show you how to lock all those settings into that custom setting. So when you go to that custom setting, it's already set for you. You're already ready to go. Yeah. So we'll be talking about that. And we're also going to be talking about Luminar AI. My God, what an amazing software. This really is a game changer for me, because it gets into like illumination for colors. It gets for vibrance, for saturation. It can do individual colors like purple, pink, blue, magenta, cayenne, red, orange, and green. And just really just blows away what you can do with this software. And I also use the Adobe Photoshop Express. Now, and I also use Denoise AI. Denoise AI is the first thing I run my picture through to remove that noise before I take it into Luminar AI or Adobe Photoshop Express. This is important. You get sharper pictures out of it. If you wait till the end, it'll also take out what you've done to it. So you want to do that first. And it really cleans it up and does a wonderful job. And eventually, when I find some screen mirroring software, some free stuff, because the old photo software I had has it, but you got to buy the whole thing, and I'm not going to do that. So when I get my mirroring software that I can mirror my screen onto my channel or onto this camera here, I will start doing software. And how I get my insects to look the way they do, how I get that nice bokeh savvy background on my insects, and the colors. And I mean, I'm still learning the software, so I don't want to get into that until like springtime, and then we'll go from there. But in the meantime, the holidays are the hardest time for most people. They're difficult. The winter time is of a kind of a lonely time, because you don't get out there with your friends like you used to, unless you go to dinner or maybe somebody's house. That's why people get sad, because there's less sunlight. So help those out that are having difficult times, and give them a hug. You know, it only takes one. It changes the whole world for them. So I will have a short video and some new pictures that I got. Not as many as I'd like to, and then we'll be explaining about what's going to be new for 2024 for people searching to open their hearts versus the mind that they already have. The mind is limited. It can only teach you what you've learned in this lifetime. Your heart has the whole doorway to heaven open once you open that up. And that's what I want to help you with. Finding Uh, there's a lot going on in your world. True enough. Don't focus on the negative stuff. Focus on the positive things, and positive things will come. I've always talked about this, and it's very true. You won't get all downgraded or, down in your luck or whatever the case may be. But remember, if you're hanging around the darkness and you're hanging in those shadows, that's exactly what you're going to shadow. When you're hanging in the light or the brilliance of the light, you will bring more light. So think about that. And that's where the heart comes into play. So for 2024, we're going to have an amazing year. I welcome you to come on to this journey of mine in ours, because it is a unified journey. And I want to help you find your path and how you can help humanity. So please subscribe, like, and share. And have a beautiful and gorgeous holiday. And make that New Year's resolution a worthy one. Thanks, everybody. Have a beautiful day.